the markets close. Okay, so what happens when the markets open tomorrow? Masterful gambit, sir. You will you will deliver a stay of execution for the markets for a total of what, 12 hours? Great.
What Wall Street hopes is there is some clarity, because right now businesses, they can't plan because they don't know, is it going to be drips, drabs? They're going to announce something today, something else next week.
Yeah, I want to hear from the pro-Trump gamers when they have to pay like $100 for fucking Mario Kart. It's going to be awesome. That's what I want. That's what I want to know. Pro-Trump gamers, are you enjoying the show? I hope you have your popcorn, because he's not making titties larger in video games.
These are about the size of William McKinley's, where he raised taxes on imports 50% in the 1890s. And it is the template President Trump has went with.
Yeah, 1890. Famously, a really good time for the American economy. Please don't look at what happened after. Famously, the period between 1890 and like 1920 is a time that Americans know as one of the best times for America.
I think President Trump would tell a lot of these companies, if not countries, tariffs are not his choice, they're your choice. If you don't want these tariffs, then start building more factories here, expanding your facility capacity, investing more in American workers, American innovation.
Right, and that's what we've heard from the administration, and they're putting all their eggs in that basket.
Okay, company builds an American manufacturing hub, invests a lot of money. The goods that are necessary for industrial output are still coming from foreign nations. What do you do in that situation? It's still going to be more costly. This is the problem with the universal tariffs regime that Donald Trump is implementing. That's the issue. You say it sounds like extortion. Fine. Sure, I don't have an issue with extorting capital owners to force them to bring back manufacturing to the United States of America. I don't have an issue with that at all. It is hilarious to me that Donald Trump is doing some of the fantasies of the left as well here. The notion that you can just like bully capital owners to bring back manufacturing to the United States of America. If he was successful in his implementation, that is literally what I would want. Donald Trump undermining U.S. aid. Donald Trump shutting down Voice of America. Like, what are we doing?
We're coming on the air for what will likely be another defining moment in President Trump's second term. Just moments from now, the president is expected to unveil his sweeping tariff plan, which has been raising economic anxiety here in the U.S. and around the world. You can see the president right there emerging in the Rose Garden. In what's designed today to be a major event at the White House, the president is expected to unveil these new tariffs targeting many of America's trade partners. The White House has said the new tariffs will take effect immediately. The administration has given no real indication about the scope of the tariffs before this moment, percentages or the countries being targeted. Just this morning, a senior administration official telling ABC News, quote, "It's still all very fluid." It's believed to be an aggressive plan here, which will include tariffs on some of America's closest allies.
Thank you very much.
Let's listen to the president.
Thank you. Nice crowd. What a good-looking group of people. Well, we have some very, very good news today, and a lot of good things are happening for our country. Please sit down. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. We're going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, and plundered by nations near and far, both.
I want one of those like Groyper core videos of Trump talking about how there's gonna be so much winning. You will say, "Please, sir, no, not enough winning." As like, and then like HVAC business owners like crying.
Leaders have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago.
About it any longer.
And you are now, but
where
you
is
don't
it?
Too often, and for many years
Where
and decades,
is the dream
even, you didn't
they
hear
say?
too much
Hold on,
about.
I gotta see what Asma's chat is
Our
doing
country
here.
and its
We gotta
taxpayers
see
have
it.
been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen.
Base Trump. Pump Ethereum, please.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic
Do you want Trump to
executive order
liberate you? Yes, Daddy, Daddy,
instituting
no.
reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal. That means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. Many of the members.
The Macy said half of his chat is European, which makes it even funnier. I know. They get the worst out of this as well.
Toyota sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States, and General Motors sells almost none. Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that friend and foe. And in many cases, the friend is worse than the foe in terms of trade. But such horrendous imbalances have devastated our industrial base and put our national security at risk. I don't blame these
Every
other
word
countries
is a
at
lie.
all for
Wait a
this
minute.
calamity. I blame former
There's
presidents
anti-Trump
and past
people
leaders
in
who weren't doing their
Asmigo's
job.
audience.
They let it happen.
Why is he rambling about
And they let
VATs?
it
Does he
happen
even know
to
what a
an
VAT
extent that
tax
nobody
is?
can even believe.
Imagine
That's why,
supporting and
effective at
believing this
midnight,
idiot.
we will impose a
What is
25%
happening?
tariff on all foreign-made automobiles.
Our words in the chat don't understand how economics work. Omega law.
Thank you.
But tariffs and VAT
Brian,
are paid
I'd
by
like
the
to
end
have you come
consumer.
up here
What is
for a
happening?
second, okay? I just see him sitting. He's been a fan of ours, and he understands this business a lot better than the economists, a lot better than anybody. Brian, say a few words, please, would you? Thank you, Mr. Thank you. It's a great honor to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President. I grew up just north of Detroit, Michigan, in Macomb County, known as the home of the Reagan Democrats. My first vote for president was for Ronald Reagan. I thought that was going to be the best president I ever saw in my lifetime until Donald J. Trump came along.
You're a fucking idiot. You can wear all the labor union shit all you want. You voted for Ronald Reagan, you dumb
plant after plant after plant in Detroit and in the metro Detroit area close. There are now plants sitting idle. There are now plants that are underutilized. And Donald Trump's policies are going to bring product back into those underutilized plants.
These people are
There's
so
going to be
stupid.
new investment. There's going to be new plants built. And the UAW members, and I brought 20 of them with me. They're sitting right over here. We support Donald Trump's policies on tariffs 100%. So, Mr. President, we can't thank you enough. And in 6 months or a year, we're going to begin to see the benefits. I can't wait to see what's happening 3 or 4 years down the road. Thank you, Mr. President.
What a great guy. He got it right from the beginning. He got it before almost anybody else. This group over there, they got it too.
As far as tariffs and boosting American manufacturing goes, there is a validity for UAW to be in support of some of these tariffs. But saying like, "Oh, I love Ronald Reagan," you're a moron.
But we will charge them approximately half of what they are and have been charging us. So the tariffs will be not a full reciprocal. I could have done that, yes, but it would have been tough for a lot of countries. We didn't want to do that. I'd like to see the chart if you have it. Could you bring it up, Howard? This is our great Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Thanks, Howard. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers.
He loves this.
67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset?
In smaller font,
They will
including
be, because
currency
we never charge
manipulation,
anybody anything. But now we're going to
including
charge.
currency manipulation and trade barriers. So
European
funny.
Union, very tough, very, very tough trade.
You can just put any number you want on there once you
think
add
of
those.
European Union, very friendly.
Once
They
you
rip us
add
off.
that
So
as a
sad to
reasoning,
see. It's so
everything is a
pathetic.
tariff.
39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Taiwan, where they took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it.
We had all
now
of
we
it.
have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in.
Taiwan.
We're going to end up
Taiwan
with
getting
almost
slapped with
40%. Lee
fat
Zeldin's
tariffs.
working to get their approvals. And it's an amazing company. Mr. Wei of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the